Thanksgiving turkey crafts. Isn't this garland so beautiful? We are going to be turning oranges into a garland, and you'll get something that kind of looks like this. We have them cut really thin, and we're just going to start layering these up. I love having a dehydrator. You can easily use your oven to do this as well. This is going to sit 4 to 12 hours, but in the meantime, I have started making some little Thanksgiving turkey crafts. What you're basically going to need is a glue gun. We used felt for the bottom, walnuts, hazelnuts for the head, and then a little fall leaf for the back of the turkey. And for the face, we're cutting up little scraps of fabric, but I think they came out like really stinking cute. The oranges are done. This is what we want the oranges to look like. Aren't those beautiful? But we are going to string these up and make a garland. We are going to go down, pull it to where you want it, and then come back up through the back. Look how beautiful that already looks. Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Mia, one of the theme park hippies here in Orlando, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of a craft. Today we are going to be turning oranges into a garland. This is something I love to do around Christmas time every year. I'm going to show you how I do it. I do have a dehydrator that I use where I put my oranges on to dehydrate them, but you don't need to have a dehydrator as long as you have an oven. I would just set it to around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, so really low heat, and add parchment paper to a cookie sheet, and you'll cook them for about 30 minutes per side, and you'll keep flipping them until they get really like crispy, until all the juice is gone and they're solid. And you'll get something that kind of looks like this. This is one I made a couple years back. To start, we're just going to need a bunch of oranges, and we're going to slice these very thin. I have them about that thick. They could be thinner. They're a little hard to cut through. So whatever you can get, these will get dehydrated though. And then we're basically going to use any type of twine or string, yarn, whatever you want to string these through once they're all dried. They're also really, really pretty to add on to like gift wrap and stuff like that. But basically to start, we're going to just work on cutting the ends off. I love making these orange garlands. They add such a beautiful, cozy warmth to our holiday decorations in our home. And I just think they're so beautiful, and they're very inexpensive to make, and it's a nice, cozy craft. So this is what we have here. We have them cut really thin. This is like a perfect size. So for my dehydrator here, I have the first layer complete. So I'm going to add my second layer now, and we're just going to start layering these up. I love having a dehydrator. It's fantastic. But again, you can just easily use your oven to do this as well. I have more oranges here that I've sliced up, so we're going to be adding these. You know, these are great too. I think this year I might even try to like make some ornaments to put on our tree with the oranges as well. I have some more oranges here. I'm just going to keep lining my dehydrator here with some of these orange slices. I think this year we may even use some of these to turn into like hanging ornaments on our tree. I think that would be really pretty. We're going to add another layer. Right, we have a couple more oranges here. I'm just going to slice these up. But also, it smells so good while you make these. We might even string up this year some cranberries and popcorn to put on our tree. There's something so classic about these orange garlands and ornaments. I just think they're so beautiful. It's also fitting because we are here in Florida. In case you're wondering, I do have a chicken soup cooking up right now. I'm making chicken soup for stock for Thanksgiving for our stuffing, and it smells so good. Okay, so now that we have all 4 trays lined with oranges, we're going to plug it in. Well, it's not turning on, so that's not good. Okay, success. Okay, it's basically a fan, a warm fan that's blowing warm air throughout this. We're gonna cover this up. And this is going to sit anywhere from 4 to 12 hours. We will check back later tonight and see how it's going. If you are doing this in the oven, it can take anywhere between like 2.5 to 6 hours. You'll want to keep turning the oranges every 30 minutes in the oven. We'll check back later. All right, guys, so it's been many hours later. The oranges are still drying in there. They are almost done. But in the meantime, I have started making some little Thanksgiving turkey crafts to add something a little special, little crafty thing to add to our Thanksgiving table maybe. It's also a cute little keepsake in case people want something to take home from Thanksgiving. So I've been making these. I think I'm gonna add on some little painted eyes, but I'm gonna show you guys how to make these. So these ones are partially made. So what you're basically gonna need is a glue gun, some additional glue sticks, and then we used felt for the bottom. Then we have some walnuts for the body, and we can place them either this way or this way. We're using hazelnuts for the head, and then like a little fall leaf for the back of the turkey. And for the face, we're cutting up little scraps of fabric that we have. So that could be felt or any type of fabric that you have. Basically make a little triangle for the nose, and then use something. You could even use yarn for the little gobbler or whatever that little thingy is called. AJ says it's called a snood. So we actually have a bag of nuts here that I've had for a couple years. So I have all of these. So we're using these walnuts here for the body, and then hazelnuts for the head. And you can make it go either way. To make the base of the turkey, we're gonna use just a little rectangle piece of felt here. And I'm gonna just fold it and kind of round it out. Just like this. This is gonna be our base that we're hot gluing the nuts to. And then we're also going to make a little cut up here and then round this bit off. And this is going to be the shape that we're left with. So it kind of looks like feet. Now that we have our feet, we're going to hot glue this to the base. Now we are going to add the hazelnut on the top as the head. So we're just going to hot glue that on. Gotta hold this one until it solidifies a little bit. Just like that. So we have a little body. Now we're gonna put the tail on. Here we have a fall craft leaf, and we just need to cut the stems off. Just like that. Now we're going to add a little bit of hot glue here to the back of our turkey. And then add our tails on. Just like that. Now we're gonna let this dry. You can also make another type of turkey laying down. So all we've done is made the walnut, instead of it standing up, it's laying down. And it kind of gives a nice little variety to your turkeys. All right, now we're going to make our beaks. So I have just a piece of, it's like a faux leather here that I'm using for the beaks. And I'm just cutting out these tiny small triangles. They don't have to be perfect. What I'm gonna do is round these edges out here a little bit. Just rounding those out. So that's going to be our beak. Now I need to make the turkey's snood. So we're just going to cut like a little squiggly line of red fabric out. I think that'll do. Let's see. We're going to hot glue this onto the head of our turkey. So you're going to take your glue gun and just put a small little bit of glue. Add your snood. And then we're going to add our nose. Just like that. Look at the little turkey face. We do have to paint eyes on, but we're going to do that after we have all of our turkeys made. Here are 2 turkeys. I have added eyes on these ones, but I'm actually finding I kind of like them without the eyes a little bit more. So I think I'm gonna leave them like this for Thanksgiving. But I think they came out like really stinking cute. And you know, I'm a crafter, so most of this stuff I had around the house, but it's just like craft leaves, nuts, felt, and hot glue. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. If you do want to make eyes for your turkeys, this is a great hack. Take a pencil and stick a pin, like a straight pin, in the top of the eraser, and it makes the perfect eye shape. You basically use this instead of a paintbrush. Okay guys, so it's been many hours later and the oranges are done. I'm going to take the lid off my dehydrator here, and this is what we want the oranges to look like. Aren't those beautiful? And they're kind of hard. I've checked all of them to make sure, and I have rotated these about halfway through. So the ones that were on the bottom, I moved them up to the top. The ones that were on the top, I moved down to the bottom, just so they would all get evenly dehydrated. But we are gonna string these up and make a garland. This is called jute. It's like a twine. So you can use this. You could use a string. You could use fishing line. You could use ribbon. You could use yarn, whatever you have laying around. All right, we're gonna make a garland that's gonna like go along this. So I just want to kind of measure how long we're gonna want it. Some on the edges, so I'm gonna say about that much. We are now gonna start just putting all of our orange pieces onto this cutting board on our workspace. Aren't they so beautiful? Like, I love them. They're so pretty. I love making dried orange slices. I do it every Yule. Aren't these so beautiful? It's like a work of art. This was just part of a bag of oranges. I made mojo sauce like a week or two ago. So I had all these oranges left. And now we get to make free holiday decorations. Okay, so I am threading this. I'm gonna try to thread this through an embroidery needle. You could also just use tape at the end like this. We just need to give it a little bit of stability at the point. See, now that we put some tape on here, it's really easy. Well, we're gonna see. Is it really easy to put through the needle? There we go. Okay, so starting here, we're gonna just use our needle and we're gonna put this towards the bottom, and I'm gonna go back through this way, just so that way I can see them all facing me. You could also do it in a way where you're just stringing them all on the top, but I kind of want to be able to see all the oranges next to each other. I'm also going to put a knot here so it doesn't fall off. Just like that. See, now none of them will fall off the other end. Go down. I had to think about that for a second. Then back up from the back here. Okay, we are going to go down, just like that. Pull it to where you want it, and then come back up through the back. We're just sewing them on. Look how beautiful that already looks. Okay, I'm going to work on sewing more on and show you at the end. All right, guys, so as you can see here, we've got the whole garland strung, and I'm just tying it off back here. It is a little sticky. Have to wash your hands. Isn't this garland so beautiful? I mean, and you guys can make one of these too. It's a very fun, easy holiday craft to do. So I've added the garland here to this pantry that I have, and I've just taped the twine, and I'm adding some additional tape here. Let's see. It looks so pretty here. I love how it came out. This orangey garland, it's so pretty. You can also easily turn these oranges into ornaments. All you're going to do is just add some twine or string just to the top of the orange, and then you can hang it just like that. So you can even add cloves to your orange ornaments, and they smell delicious, and you can poke them right through and you can make designs. So we're going to go hang these on a wreath. It's so easy. You can just stick these right on a wreath. It'll really add a lot of character. But it's so easy to add these oranges to a wreath or to your tree. We do not have a tree up, so the wreath has to do for now. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight on this fall holiday evening craft night. If you like this type of content, please consider giving us a like and subscribe. It really helps our channel to grow. And I hope that wherever you are, whenever you are, you're having a beautiful and a wonderful day. And I'm wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time. Bye. Gobble, gobble, gobble.